Hi, and welcome to this part of tutorial in which we will deal with control flow statements. The control flow statements which we are going to observe in this part are if, else if, and else. We will also see nested version of if and else if. Along with if and else, we will see how to compare strings, and we will see the uses of goto, which is a jumping statement and falls under the category of control flow. Now first let's study the basics. Why we need control flow? Suppose you are asked the question whether you are a boy or a man, then how would you determine? Then possibly you will say, you give me your age, and I will say, okay, my age is say 7 years, and you will say you are a boy. But say I say that my age is 27 years, you will say you are a man. So at times there will be situations in a program where your logic will be dependent on particular value of data. At that time we need to decide what logic we need to execute. So for example, consider this program. We have 4 integers declared here, I, j, k and l, with respective values of 5, 8, 7 and 10. We have one character C whose value is A. We have underscore bool whose value is 0 or false. Before we begin, let me tell you this. You should never ever compare floats inside if. Never. Because of the reasons explained earlier, the float values are truncated. You can compare integral types. Char is an integral type, so you can compare. You cannot compare strings directly, but we will see how to compare them. So let's take the first one. If can be used standalone, only if. So I have written if I greater than j. Now remember we had a relational operator. This is called a relational operator, which I showed you when I was telling about operators and operands. So this will determine the outcome of this operation. So I is 5 and 8 is j. J is 8. So is 5 greater than 8? No. So this becomes false, right? That means the Boolean value is 0, and therefore this printf will not print the string inside the function. Okay, so far so good. Next, if shows if I greater than or equal to j. Again, is it greater? No. Is it equal? No. So this is again false. So what will happen? It will go to else part. It will print I is less than j. Now this can be split into two parts. If I greater than j, else if I is equal to j, and we have the final else. Now we see more operators. We have 5, 8 and 7 and 10. So we say I greater than equal to j, and this operator is logical AND. So what is this? This is false, 0, right? Now this involves a short circuit evaluation. That means this will not be even tested. Okay? Because this has become false, this entire expression is false. So this printf will not be tested at all. This short circuit evaluation increases the efficiency. Now let me tell you this. A better way to write this is to use grouping parenthesis operator, which enhances the readability like this. It makes code more clear. In the next part, we are checking if I greater than equal to j or k greater than equal to L. Okay. Now, you note the logical AND is replaced by logical OR. This is also a short circuit evaluation case. So, if I would have been greater than j, that is true, then this will make the entire expression inside if true. But since this is false, it will try to test whether k is greater than equal to L or not. And so accordingly it will print the statement, that is this one. In both the cases else is printed. Now remember, I have declared a character C with value A. So now I have used another operator which is called equality operator. So C is equal to A. Since character is integral type, you can say so. You are allowed to use characters. So this statement will be printed because C is definitely equal to A. Now we have declared a Boolean variable 0. So all these expressions inside if evaluate to a Boolean, or inside else if evaluate to a Boolean. So what I have done here is I have written B is equal to this, I greater than equal to j or k greater than equal to L, and B will be false as we have seen earlier. So now we test B directly. So this is 0. Condition B is true. No. Condition B is false. So this statement will be printed. Now there is a not operator which will say if not false, that is not false is true. So it will say B is not true. So this will be printed. Now we see labels or go-to statement labels. As said here, B is equal to 0. By the virtue of this assignment, B will be 0. I know it. So it will go here, if we print this, then it will set B to 1. And then I say go to label 1. So control or execution will come here, execution control. And then I have made B1, right? So it won't go again inside, otherwise it will be looping inside all the time if B remains 0. So this is the simple use of goto. You type goto, then the label name, and wherever you place the label with a colon, and you can start coding. Be very careful with goto. Goto is considered bad programming practice. There are few uses of goto, and one of the most important uses is jumping out of nested loops, because break is not sufficient to jump out of nested loops. So goto is used to jump out of nested loops. There are other weird uses or obscure uses, like you can implement a loop without using a loop construct using goto. But that's not what we are going to cover. Now I will show you nested if else. So I have an if. I test, is it 5? Yes. Then again I test inside that if, is it 8? Yes. So I say I is 5, j is 8. Else, I'll say I is 5 but j is not 8. And matching to this if, I have else. Here I say if j is equal to 8, then say I is not 5 but j is 8. I say printf, neither I is 5 nor j is 8 in the else part. Now let's try to see the string comparison. I have declared two strings. Strings are declared like this. These are constant strings. You cannot change these. ABC and DEF. Then I have used a library function called strcmp, which is declared in string.h, right? To use strcmp, you need to include string.h. Let us put our mouse over here and let's see what help Eclipse gives us. So it says int strcmp with takes two const char pointers. The strcmp function compares the string s1, that is the first one, against s2, returning a value that has the same sign as the difference between the first differing pair of characters. That is, it tests by taking one character from s1 and subtracting from s2. So if both are equal, it will return 0, right? And if the second one is bigger, then it will return a value accordingly. So what will it print? Smaller is smaller than bigger. This string is smaller alphabetically. A comes before D, right? So let us try to run this program and examine the output. So I is less than j. So this is coming from here. Okay. Oops. Okay. The second one is coming from here, from this line, and this third line is coming from here, and fourth is coming from here, and the alphabet is coming from here, and condition B is false coming from here, and B is not true is coming from here. Jump using goto. Okay. So I is 5 and j is 8, and smaller is smaller than bigger. Now what I advise you is to change the values of these and see how the output changes, and I leave this task for you as practice. In the next part, we will proceed with loops, the 3 loops, for loop, do while and while loop, and we will see how to iterate over a sequence using those loops. Till then, happy coding. Thanks.